Picture an alien princess, immortal and untouchable, gazing with scorn at a human colony she deems beneath her until a brash human commander, unfazed by her disdain, saves her life and sparks a forbidden love that defies her empire's ancient laws. When betrayal and cosmic secrets threaten their worlds, will she sacrifice her eternal life to bear their child, a beacon of unity, or will her choice ignite a war that consumes the galaxy? Buckle up for the flame of Serathis, a heart-pounding, laugh-out-loud HFY saga that'll rocket you through passion, sacrifice, and destiny. The violet sun of Serathis dipped below the horizon, casting a radiant glow across the crystalline spires of the Elithar Empire's capital, Oralis, where Princess Lysara stood on the balcony of her private chambers. Her sapphire skin shimmered under the fading light, her long obsidian hair flowing like liquid night, catching the breeze as she gazed with thinly veiled contempt at the human settlement below. The colony's utilitarian structures sprawled like blemishes on the pristine landscape, temporary and insignificant compared to the Elithar's towering palaces, which had stood for millennia. Lysara adjusted the silver diadem atop her head, its intricate runes glowing faintly, a symbol of her 5,000-year lineage. To her, humans were fleeting insects, their lifespans a mere flicker against the eternal flame of Elithar immortality. Another human delegation arrives tomorrow. Your Highness announced Vorin, her royal advisor, his violet skin contrasting with her sapphire hue, his crest a ridge of luminescent spines pulsing softly. The Terran Alliance seeks formal diplomatic ties. Lysara's lips curled, her emerald eyes narrowing. Tiresome. These humans, barely grasping starflight, think themselves our equals. Their audacity is almost amusing. Vorin's crest flickered, his voice measured. The High Council suggests we receive them. Their resources rare, minerals, bioengineered crops could benefit us despite their limitations. Lysara turned her flowing silver gown with sapphire trim, accentuating her regal figure. Very well, I'll entertain them, though I expect little from creatures whose lives burn out in a century. She dismissed Vorin with a wave, returning to the sunset, her thoughts sharp with disdain. The Elithar had mastered the cosmos before Earth's first cities rose, their biology granting near immortality, their minds processing data at speeds humans could only dream of. Primitives, she murmured, touching her diadem, a mark of her eternal bloodline. Captain Ethan Cole stood at rigid attention as Elithar guards their crests, glowing faintly, escorted him through the gleaming corridors of Oralis's grand citadel. His short sandy hair was neatly trimmed, his Terran Alliance uniform pressed to perfection, his athletic frame betraying no hint of the awe he felt at the alien architecture walls that shimmered like liquid crystal ceilings that seemed to defy gravity. "Keep to the briefing," whispered Lieutenant Mara beside him, her voice low. "Elithar, value protocol. One misstep could derail negotiations for decades." Ethan nodded, his brown eyes steady. "Got it. No heroics, just diplomacy." The massive doors to the reception hall swung open, revealing a chamber that seemed to bend. Reality. Crystalline structures floated in midair, casting prismatic patterns across the polished floor. At the far end, on an elevated throne, sat Princess Lysara, Even from a distance, Ethan could see why early scouts had been mesmerized by the Elithar Lysara's sapphire skin, glowed with an inner radiance, her obsidian hair cascading around a face of flawless symmetry, her silver diadem catching the light, sending dazzling reflections across the hall. But as the Terran delegation approached, Ethan caught something in her expression. The briefings hadn't prepared him for pure, undisguised contempt. "Your Highness," began the lead diplomat, bowing deeply. "We bring greetings from Earth and the Terran Alliance seeking. I know who you represent." Lysara interrupted her voice, a melodic blade beautiful yet cutting. Her emerald eyes scanned the delegation, settling on Ethan. "You bring soldiers to a diplomatic meeting." How predictably human. Ethan held his composure, though her tone sparked a flicker of irritation. "Security is standard. Your Highness, a precaution, not a statement." Lysara's lips curved into a smile that didn't reach her eyes, her crest pulsing faintly. Of course, when one is as fragile as humans, constant protection must be necessary. She gestured to her guards towering. Elithar warriors standing motionless. "My guards are tradition, not need." The meeting proceeded with excruciating formality. Lysara answering with vague promises, her responses laced with subtle mockery. Her eyes flicked to Ethan, as if his presence alone irked her, a primitive daring to stand in her hall. When the proceedings concluded, Ethan was unexpectedly summoned to approach the throne alone. The delegation led to a reception area. Captain Cole Lysara said, her voice a mix of curiosity and disdain, examining him like a specimen. "I'm told you led the defense of your colony on Tau Ceti against the Zorath incursion. Impressive for a human." Ethan met her gaze, unflinching. "Thank you. Your Highness, though I suspect our victories are mere skirmishes compared to Elithar campaigns." A flicker of surprise crossed her perfect features, her crest pulsing briefly. "You admit your limits." Refreshing honesty. Ethan's lips twitched, a hint of defiance in his tone. "I acknowledge differences, not limits, Your Highness." For a fleeting moment, something like respect flashed in her eyes, swiftly replaced by her customary scorn. "Intriguing. You may rejoin your delegation." "Captain, my curiosity is sated." As Ethan bowed and turned, he felt a shift, as if he'd passed an unspoken test, though its purpose eluded him. That evening, Lysara paced her chambers, unsettled by the human captain's audacity. "Something troubles you, Highness," observed Vorin standing by the door, his crest dim. "That human Cole," she said, removing her diadem, placing it on its pedestal. He showed no fear, no reverence. "It's unusual." Vorin's crest flickered. "Perhaps he's well-trained?" Lysara moved to the window, gazing at the stars. "Or perhaps humans aren't the primitives we assume. Schedule another meeting tomorrow. I wish to observe them further." As Vorin departed, Lysara touched the crystal window, her reflection merging with the starfield. For the first time in centuries, a spark of curiosity stirred an alien fleeting human daring to meet her gaze as an equal. Absurd yet compelling. The second meeting was held in the Citadel's celestial gardens, a lush expanse where bioluminescent flora from across the galaxy pulsed with vibrant light. Lysara arrived early, dismissing her attendants to walk alone among the glowing blooms, their soft hues reflecting on her sapphire skin. She contemplated the fragility of lesser species, their brief lives, a puzzle she'd never cared to solve. "You seem troubled, Highness," said Counselor Cypher, approaching his ancient violet features, cold, his crest rigid as the Emperor's chief advisor. Cypher had shaped Elithar policy for millennia, merely savoring solitude before enduring more human prattle. Lysara replied, her tone sharp. Cypher's crest pulsed faintly. "Your father grows concerned about your interest in the human captain?" Lysara laughed, dismissive. "Interest? I find him a curious anomaly. Nothing more." Cypher's eyes narrowed. "See it remain so. The eternal flame must be preserved undiluted by lesser blood." Before Lysara could retort, a chime announced the Terran delegation's arrival. Cypher retreated as the humans entered, led by Ethan now in a sleeveless black tunic that revealed his muscular arms. His casual confidence, a stark contrast to the previous day's formality. Lysara's gaze lingered on his physique, an unfamiliar warmth stirring in her chest, her crest pulsing faintly. "Your gardens are extraordinary," Princess Ethan said, bowing with perfect form. "Specimens from countless worlds preserved for millennia." Lysara gestured for him to walk beside her, the other diplomats trailing at a distance. "Many outlive your civilizations, yet require care." A paradox. Perhaps. Ethan's eyes met hers, a spark of challenge. Preservation has value, even for those who measure time differently. It's not about outlasting, but enduring. Lysara glanced at him sharply, her crest flaring. Perceptive for a human, and less arrogant than I expected. Their eyes locked, a silent tension passing between them. Lysara feeling seen not as a princess, but as herself. The discussions proceeded, but she was distracted by Ethan's presence, the way starlight played across his features, the quiet respect he showed even to her attendants. A sudden commotion shattered the moment royal guards rushed in, crests blazing surrounding Lysara. "Highness," the captain barked. "Unauthorized access to the sacred vault. The Codex of Eternity is compromised." Lysara's blood ran cold. The Codex held the secrets of Elithar, immortality, the eternal flame's source. Counselor Cypher appeared, crest rigid. "Secure the humans. This breach is no coincidence." "We had nothing to do with this," Ethan protested as guards moved to restrain the delegation. Cypher's voice was ice silence primitive. "Your kind has coveted our longevity since first contact." Lysara raised a hand, halting the guards, her crest pulsing with authority. "The humans have been monitored. They couldn't access the vault undetected." Cypher's eyes narrowed, his voice a hiss. "Perhaps they had aided someone with royal codes?" The accusation hung damning. Lysara, "Take the princess to her chambers," Cypher commanded. "By the Emperor's order, she remains there until this is resolved." Lysara's crest flared. "My father would never." Cypher produced a hollow seal, the imperial crest glowing. He signed it himself, Highness. As guards moved to escort her, chaos erupted, a blinding flash, followed by the whine of energy weapons. Varkath assassins, skeletal figures with crimson eyes, materialized, their ancient enmity with the Elithar reignited. "Protect the princess!" the guard captain shouted, only to fall, pierced by a Varkath blade. Lysara stood exposed, her crest blazing as a Varkath lunged its blade gleaming. Ethan tackled it crashing into a crystalline fountain, his military training evident in his precise strikes against a foe twice his strength. "Run!" he shouted, grappling the assassin. Lysara seized a fallen guard's weapon, firing a pulse that vaporized a Varkath behind him. Together, they fought to the garden's exit, covering each other with instinctive synergy, their movements a dance of survival. In a palace corridor, Lysara noticed blood streaming from Ethan's arm, the red stark against his skin. "You're injured," she said, a strange fascination in her voice. "It's nothing," he replied, grimacing. "We need you safe." Lysara's crest pulsed. "Why risk your life? My people would have imprisoned you." Ethan's eyes met hers, unwavering. "Because it's right. And because you're not the pawn Cypher wants you to be." His words struck deep, shattering her assumptions. "There's a sanctuary in the Arboretum," she said, deciding. "We can regroup, uncover the betrayal." As they moved, Ethan's proximity, his breath, his warmth stirred her, a connection she hadn't anticipated. The sanctuary glowed with bioluminescent vines, sealing them in a shielded haven. Lysara activated a medical device, healing Ethan's wound, her crest pulsing. "Ciphers, playing a deeper game," Ethan said, wincing as the device worked. "That wasn't hospitality." Lysara nodded, her voice low. "He's betrayed us, my father. I don't know his role." A chime interrupted a royal summons from Emperor Valthor, demanding her presence in the throne room alone. "It's a trap," Ethan said, standing. "I'm coming." Lysara's crest flared. "You'll die if Ciphers turned my father against humans." Ethan's hand touched hers, steady. "We faced Varkath together. I'm not letting you go alone." His resolve, his warmth anchored her, her crest glowing with a new emotion. They navigated secret passages known only to royals, Lysara's crest guiding them through crystal-lined tunnels. "Your people built this," Ethan whispered, awed by the ancient stonework. "Before humans discovered fire." Lysara replied softer, less dismissive. "But I'm questioning our history's truth." They emerged into an antechamber by the throne room, overhearing voices. "The princess must be eliminated." Cypher's voice hissed. "Her human influence taints the flame." Emperor Valthor's tone was firm. "You overstep." "Counselor, my daughter is misguided but royal blood," Cypher pressed. "The eternal flame demands purity. The human threatens our legacy." Lysara gestured Ethan to stay hidden, stepping into the throne room. Valthor sat on the ancient throne, his sapphire features weathered by millennia. Crest dim, Cypher turned sharply, crest flaring. "Father," Lysara said, bowing, "I received your summons." Valthor's gaze was unreadable. "Daughter, your fascination with the human captain concerns me." Lysara stood tall, crest pulsing. "I have seen his resilience, Father. He saved me from Varkath. Cypher seems unconcerned by their return." Cypher's crest flared. "Varkath are extinct. Those were human mercenaries." Highness Lysara's voice cut. "Lies. They used Varkath weapons targeting me. How would humans command such forces?" Valthor raised a hand, silencing them. "Leave us, Counselor." Cypher hesitated, bowing stiffly. departing. Alone, Valthor's posture softened. The sanctuary's channels are secure. Lysara nodded confused. Yes, but good Cipher doesn't know. My true message. Valthor descended, gripping her shoulders. The betrayal runs deeper than you know. Lysara, I tested your loyalties. Realization dawned. The order was a forgery. Valthor nodded. Cipher seeks to control the flame using humans as scapegoats. He's allied with Varkath, preserved in secret. Lysara's crest flared. Why? Valthor's voice was heavy. To harvest life, energy, not renew the flame through love, as your mother did. Ethan emerged, crest startling Valthor. You bring a human here. I trust him, Lysara said, standing beside Ethan. He's proven worthy. Valthor studied them, crest dimming. You choose this mortal over eternity. Lysara's crest glowed. I choose truth. Whatever the cost, Valthor sighed. By the third moonrise, renounce your path or lose your immortality. As he left, Ethan's hand found hers. I won't let you lose everything for me, Lysara's crest pulsed, her voice soft. Some things are worth it. Their kiss in the throne room's silence was a defiance of millennia, tender yet fierce, a promise of something new. In her chambers, Lysara watched the second moon rise, Ethan studying ancient Elithar texts. The flame's not just a symbol, he said, pointing to a manuscript. It's a physical force tied to your immortality. Lysara nodded. Crest dim. The royal communion binds us to it. Renouncing it severs that bond. Ethan's eyes searched hers. You don't have to do this. She took his hand, crest glowing. It's about choice. Ethan, I've lived 5,000 years as a royal. Now I want to live for me, for us. The ritual required a journey to the Temple of Ascension, beyond the Crimson Wastes' Varkath territory. No humans entered it, Lysara said. Ethan grinned. I'll be the first. They slipped through secret passages. Lysara's crest guiding them to an ancient transport vessel, emerging at the waste's edge. The desert stretched rust-colored sands shimmering under twin suns. 2 days on foot. Lysara said, pointing to distant mountains. Radiation storms make it deadly. They trekked the suns, scorching Lysara, marveling at the journey's physicality. Ethan's hand brushing hers, the rhythm of their steps. You're smiling, he noted, pausing in a rock's shadow. Everything feels alive, she said. Crest glowing. Humans make every moment count. Their eyes met, a kiss interrupted by a whine. Varkath skimmers closing fast. Nexus, Ethan growled, pulling her into cover. The temple key. Lysara realized, touching the silver artifact. It's traceable, tied to the flame. 3 skimmers zeroed in, crest blazing. We can't outrun them, Ethan said. Scanning, Lysara stepped out, hands raised, summoning flame power. Pain searing as golden energy struck a skimmer, crashing it. She staggered, crest dimming. Ethan catching her. The flames weakening, she gasped. Each use accelerates my mortality. Bolts rained vitrifying sand. Ethan pointed to a ravine. We can lose them there. They ran a bolt, knocking Lysara down a Varkath landing before her. Hissing Nexus, sends, regards. Ethan struck with a scavenged rod. Lysara blasting it with a shield collapsing crest, faint. They reached the ravine, losing pursuers, camping under stars. Lysara's skin-paling crest dim. "You're fading," Ethan said, holding her. "The temple's close," she whispered. "Tomorrow." The Temple of Ascension loomed carved from mountains, its spires ancient. The key opened massive doors, revealing a chamber where the eternal flame burned golden and erratic. Valthor appeared. Robes, simple crest soft. I followed, daughter, to witness your choice. Lysara's crest pulsed. "The flame's dying, isn't it?" Valthor nodded. "It requires renewal. Love's sacrifice, not extraction. Your mother chose mortality for me, sustaining it. Now you choose." Cypher stormed in, with Varkath crest blazing. "You've defiled the flame, Lysara's power. Fueled by love, shielded them. Nyra, their unborn son. Pulsing, stunning Cypher. Varkath fled the flame, blazing anew. Nyra was born a bridge of human Elithar, his pulse sealing peace, at a summit inspired by the fire of Solace's Zara and Vera Thal. On Cerathus's spire Nyra sang, Lysara and Ethan's love. A beacon. Love transcends. Connect. Change the world. If Lysara and Ethan's saga. Set your soul ablaze. Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our sci-fi crew. Drop a comment. Did their love melt you or crave more alien adventures? Let's keep the stars shining. Peace out.